Yeah, so, I haven't been able to watch a lot of their videos beforehand because I was busy watching the French heretic debate and commenting on that, which is basically my whole point there is I'm not really convinced of either side. I don't want to join either side, really, or either side. But yeah, when it comes to the market being coercive, rage against the clampdown, which in his name, the second A and the I isn't there, and the E and the isn't there. If you're wanting to find them, oh, and there's no spaces. But he sent me a link, and I think you could say that capitalism is coercive, or rather, state capitalism. Because in state capitalism, the capitalist class uses state coercion to stay the capitalist class. Examples would be like licensing laws. Reason TV gives a lot of examples. One example was like, in order to braid hair or to do hair stuff, you have to get like a very expensive hair degree, and even if you're not doing anything involved. Like the woman did African hair braids, and she had to get a hair degree, which didn't involve African hair braids at all, according to the government, before she could legally make a living cutting people's hair. Which who does this help? The elite, the established capitalist class in that industry. I guess that's just an example of how you could say that state capitalism is coercive, because the established, the people who are already rich, people who are already capitalists, can just use state coercion to stay capitalists, to stay in power. It's just that I don't think that the market is coercive, because when I say the market, I simply mean free exchange and voluntary exchange, so it doesn't seem that coercive. And I wanted to get to Church of SDFU's point of the Superman capitalist who takes over the whole economy, or somehow is able to take over an entire massive industry and have it one guy controls everything, and then you have to like worship and bow down before him to get any of that resource. I don't know. I guess my problem is that in a pure free market, I have trouble seeing that as possible. That's my point, I suppose. And it would have to be another problem is that if such a thing happened, resources of the same type would just sort of be what people go to, and then the person beforehand would go out of business, and the resources that he monopolized would become unmonopolized again, because no one would want to go to him, because he'd lose all of his investments. He'd have to start selling land just to stay afloat, and through that process, if someone in a total free market were to take over an entire industry or entire resource, competing resources people would go to the other resources that were of a similar category. You see what I mean? So it would naturally demonopolize, unless he monopolized it and was somehow able to run it really well, which seems very difficult. Now when I say monopoly, I mean like 100%, because you can still have 90% and still have market forces to help you figure out how to do resource allocation. For it to be a monopoly, it has to be 100%. I think 99% is not a monopoly. That's my opinion. But yeah, that was the only points I can think of. Yeah.